Hey there, and welcome back to the Creative Real Estate Agent. I'm your host, Anastasia Forrest, broker associate with eXp Realty and creative person. And this show is the place to get ideas on how to supercharge your real estate business so you can smash your goals and have time left over to do your thing. Doesn't that sound awesome? Right? I know. So first of all, guests will be a thing again. I will have guests again. But to be honest with you, just keeping up with this every week during the summer and at least just doing a little something is challenging enough in and of itself. And I know that that's not the way to retain an audience by taking breaks, quote unquote. But I just needed a break. So I'm going to keep talking every week and keep posting a video and keep posting these podcasts up every week. But I just don't have the bandwidth to plan out guest interviews every single week through the summer. Summers are a little different. I'm a mom. You know, my kids, I still have one in daycare, but I'm gonna have one that's going to be with me during the days, and I really want to be able to spend time with her and focus on that. And summer is just a little bit different. The rhythm of life is different in the summer. Speaking of the rhythm of life, I've got some interesting new activity on my YouTube channel. So every week, I previously just kind of mentioned this, but I post up these podcasts in video form. So if you're listening in your car or something on the podcast, I also record this on video and I post it up to a YouTube channel called, what is my YouTube channel called? It's called Anastasia Forrest. Easy enough. And so recently I started getting these email notifications that people are commenting on one of my videos. And and so I checked in today to see what's going on. And one of my videos called Turning So I Can Thinking into an And I Can Mindset has a whopping 230 views all of a sudden. And I've got a few comments that are kind of spam-like, but I don't know what's going on, to be honest with you. I'm not like super savvy on the world of the internet and people and what they do on the internet all the time. But I have this one odd comment that I have not decided whether to delete or respond to in some kind of snarky way, where he says, and by the way, this is 100% not true. I've confirmed that with the source. He says that my husband posted this link to this video on some YouTube channel and said, go check out my wife's chest. Okay. This is very odd comment to get. And he said, I guess you have a nice chest. Have a great day. Bye. And it's like very strange. And now I would have thought that was, at first I thought that was, he was making that up. You know, I thought, oh, this is some weird spam. It is weird spam. But then I have more comments and I have all these views. So I think somebody may have actually posted a link to my video on some other website or something, and I'm getting comments that don't have anything to do with real estate. So I don't, the internet is such a weird place. But yeah, I guess, I mean, if they like, if they're really impressed with my chest, they'd be really impressed with my real estate skills because, oh my gosh, I'm a great realtor. So hilarious. So anyway, I just thought that was funny, little story. And I'll let you know what happens, you know? Who knows? Maybe I'll actually get subscribed. I have like 7 subscribers right now. I'm like, all press is good press. I don't know. I don't really know. So anyway, moving on to the next topic on the agenda. The current real estate market. Oh my goodness. It's interesting out there right now, guys. I've been at it for 4 years. You know, I guess it'll be I think it'll be 4 years in August, to be honest with you. I think in 1 month we're coming up on my real estate anniversary. And it is interesting right now. Um, there's obviously a shortage of inventory, and the prices are quite high. I'm reading that, this is back like 2005 type real estate prices that we're seeing right now, which, if you don't know, that was preceding the real estate crash in 2008. So things are really interesting as far as real estate agents go. And if you're an agent listening to this, you'll be nodding your head and you know what I'm talking about. It's difficult, on the side of representing a seller. There are less listings to be had, and the people who have properties to list are realize that they have a ton of options of realtors to work with. So you've got more competition, and not only that, they see it. They can see this as an opportunity to pay you less, because they're going to figure you want the work and you need the work, and so there's attempts, haggling going on and stuff like that. And I've noticed people are just less respectful of time and respectful of appointments. And it's it's kind of demoralizing. But yeah, I'm going to try not to go off on a negative tangent, because obviously most people don't listen to a podcast because they want somebody to bring them down. So I'll try not to do that. Sorry. Okay. So on the sell side, that's a challenge. Of course, once you have the listing, you've got a ton of buyers and a ton of realtors calling you and wanting that property, which is actually a good situation, right? I mean, you're going to be working like crazy, sifting through offers and, helping your seller select the best offer and then working that deal to the end. But you've got, you're going to sell it, right? Pretty much you're going to sell it in this market. So that's interesting. On the buy side, you may have a list of buyers that were ready to buy. And that's kind of my situation, where they're ready to buy, but they feel they can't compete in this current marketplace. And that's a reality, because that can be a reality, because they are going up against other buyers. They're going to have to be willing to if they want to get their offer accepted and make it, competitive and make it appealing to the seller and win. And not everybody's in a position to do that. People are justifiably worried about overpaying, and finding themselves in a situation that's not ideal. As a realtor, there are definitely ways to reassure people and to be an educator and be that voice of reason, and let people know what's really going on. I can say that in one of my recent deals, the property actually overappraised for what we had it under contract for the buyers. And I think they actually made out wonderfully. So it's definitely possible to win in this market. It's just, honestly, as a realtor, I'm having a shortage of people that are ready to work with me and being, ready to make a move. I'm also having I'm seeing the people in my market, or my real estate world in my town, that are doing really, really well are people that buy into companies like the Z Word, Mega, Zillow. And I don't know I think that's fine to talk about, but yeah, that's a lead generation source for realtors. Realtors buy advertising, and in exchange, they get Zillow features them on their website, and buyers call them to when they're interested in properties, and that particular company is doing interesting things, and it's many actually feel like they're threatening the realtor's livelihood. So, and now you can't really do things like update your sales. So if you're not part of their paying customers as a realtor, basically like you can't really, they like show your sales. So if somebody looks you up and they find you on Zillow, it looks like you're not doing anything. Um, and it can be a little discouraging right now. It's like, do you buy into it? Do you keep going and doing your own thing and just, I mean, being persistent. No matter what you do, guys, you just got to be persistent. Now, there's times when you don't feel like doing that, okay? And in my case, honestly, like the first 6 months of this year, I sold 12 properties. I did 12 in the first 6 months. So although I would really like to sell more properties, and I know I will need to, honestly, this year, I'm trying not to stress myself out too much. I recognize that it's the summer. This happened last year. It happened the year before. Things slow down sometimes in my business. There is an ebb and flow, and I'm imagining that's true for most realtors, unless you are sucking the teat of Z Word, or some other mega like lead generating source. Which is I'm not trying to judge here. It's just it's tough. It's tough. It's a little bit tough right now. But anyway, like I was saying, it is the summer. My kiddo is going to be here. I'm going to be spending time with her. I'm also using this time to tackle a goal that's been on my list for a long time. I am recording a children's album, and and I'm really excited about it. I have a list of songs that I'm working on, and I'm using wonderful technology on my MacBook Pro. I've got Logic, and I've got instruments, and I've got mics, and I've got ideas and songs, and it's cool. So I'm definitely trying to like let myself have this time without like being hard on myself and feeling depressed or feeling like worthless. I think it's hard when you do so well for a while, and then all of a sudden it's like, what happened? Like, well, I don't know. It's weird. So I get it. I don't know if you guys can relate to that, but yeah, that's kind of, for me, that's part of this business. Our times of feeling a little bit like disappointed, or feeling a little bit like, I don't know, anxious. So there is an ebb and flow. But yeah, persistence is great. Persistence is definitely great. And if you need to take a break and do something like record a children's album, and you're able to do that financially, that's awesome. So I also wanted to touch on, just in general, there's times when you don't feel salesy. And we're in sales. And my husband said, honey, no matter what job you're in, you're going to always sell yourself. Like, life is selling yourself. And I get that. Like, I see where you're coming from. But I don't think all jobs have an equal amount of sales to them. And real estate is definitely in the category of sales. So, we've gone through a lot of stuff lately as a nation. Like, as a people, as humans. COVID-19, so many people like died, and there was fear and sadness, and we've gone through all of that. And I know that, and individually we go through things that remind us of our mortality, and remind us of, maybe gives you a feeling of like, well, what's the point? Like, these are things that people go through, emotions that people go through, I think. I'm just guessing here. And there are times, it's really funny. It's like selling is like the antithesis to that feeling for me. It's like, sadness does not sell. Like, like, oh, I want to sell you a house. That doesn't work. So, selling, you have to be charming. You have to be on. You have to be, it seems, you have to be enthusiastic and make people feel good, and excited about spending money, and excited about buying something, and buying a new vision of their life, and seeing themselves in it. So real estate is challenging when you don't necessarily feel outgoing and you don't necessarily feel like over the top, like happy. Yeah, I know I'm like just gaining tons of subscribers right now because this is so empowering. Uh All right. So anyway, that's a real part of the journey for me. I know that not everybody's like that, or at least it seems like some people are just happy go lucky all the time and they got it going on and, wake up every day ready to take on the world. Good for you. 2 thumbs up. Good job on the gene pool. You got those genetics, and you got that self-discipline and all that. So more power to you. I think that's great. I'm waiting for that to kick in. I know it will. I know it will kick in. All right. So yeah, I think I see a couple of options in that time. You can either push through it and just pretend like you don't feel those things and pretend, just like put on the act and put on the show and do it. I mean, it is survival, right? We have to make money. We have to run our business. Like that's a reality. So there's that. Or, you can maybe take your foot off the gas for a little bit and maybe do other things for a little bit and just take a break. I know that's not conventional real estate advice, like at all. And I'll let you know how it works out. I've done it before. And, I ended up coming back stronger. So maybe what you need is a little break. Who knows? All right. Yeah, I don't know what else I was going to talk about. My last thing I had written here on my list is be patient. And that's true. I actually responded to a comment that somebody had made in a real estate Facebook group. And they had said, I have a second, I have a main job and then I'm trying to do real estate on the side and I'm feeling so discouraged. It's taking me so long to get started and nobody's wanting to work with me. And, and a ton of people responded and they had a lot of great insights. And I did respond to that person. And I said, look, I'm 4 years in and I feel frustrated with this market. It's a tough market. Like it is. And, but I said, you can do it. You just got to be persistent. The business will come. You just keep doing what you're doing. And have faith. So hopefully most of the people that are listening right now, hopefully you're not in this situation. Hopefully you're doing great. But if you are, know that you're not alone. And I know that most of what we see on social media are realtors rejoicing in their successes and their millions of dollars that they've sold and how big their team is and how many houses they sold. And especially like in this time of like people struggling, it can be a little insensitive. But know that that's not the reality for everybody. Like that's actually the minority. Most people go through ups and downs. Most people's business goes through ups and downs. It's normal. So don't give up. Don't give in. Keep your chin up and keep plugging away. And I will see you next week. Till next time. This is Anastasia Forrest signing off. I am Anastasia Forrest, broker associate with eXp Realty. If I've impressed you with my amazing charisma and you'd like to come and check out eXp Realty, let me know. Bye.